104.5, the new Triple M. It's the Weekenders with Dobbo and Libby Trickett. We're going to talk about Matt Renshaw shortly and his little incident on the field, or the incident he avoided.
Yes, luckily for everyone.
Dobbo's got a very strong opinion on it. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's time to welcome back to the show Trent Quinn from I Think Property in Ipswich.
Good morning, Trent. How are you, brother?
How are you, boys? Libby, how
And
are you?
Meg.
Mate, you still celebrating from last night?
Oh, what about that one? The world's a beautiful place.
The Reds had a win.
The Reds had a win.
Yeah,
So,
by the
I
way.
tell you what, late in the game, though, I nearly had a Matt Renshaw incident, but we got there.
hey, mate, when is the best time this week we're going to talk about to sell your property? There's plenty of chat about it. Do you go in the summer? Do you go in the winter? Do you go in the spring? At what point and what are the decisions you need to make for when you're looking to sell?
It's a conundrum, and it's the eternal question, I suppose, Dobbo. But without sounding cliched about it, the answer to the question for a seller when contemplating bringing the property to the market is whenever you are ready.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real right or wrong time, and in most instances, when someone is thinking of selling, there's normally a driving force behind it, and whether that be the dream homes come up on the market just around the corner, or whether it may be, hey, let's downsize a little bit of debt with an investment property. But whenever you're ready to sell is the right time to do it.
But, I mean, having said that, sometimes we do have the flexibility of waiting if we can, if it's not a forced sale as such.
Correct.
Is it sort of nicer to have it in spring and maybe the flowers are out and everything's a little bit brighter and everyone's like happy because it's spring now and not winter?
The grass is greener, so on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
The days are cooler, it's not as hot. Yeah, I get that, and that may have applied sort of back in the day, pre-internet, all of the different industry portals, but there are always people out there looking to buy. And I suppose what you need to weigh up as well, we quite often across the dining room table sitting there with people contemplating selling, saying, well, if we sell today, we could get X, but if we wait a little bit longer, we might be able to get an extra 50 grand or an extra 100 grand, whatever the case may be. But if it's your principal place of residence that we're dealing with, yeah, that might make you feel warm and fuzzy that you got more for the next one, but you're going to be paying more as well when you do decide to take the next step up. So you're paying more commission when you sell, you're paying more stamp duty when you buy. So the basic maths of it is you're actually better off transacting at the bottom of the market than you are at the top.
Yeah, right. So look when it's at a lull to sell rather than looking when you're at a peak.
Yeah, correct. And I suppose the other things that you look at, and without getting, too minute about it, days on market, this, that and the other, but each market has their own nuance. But there's genuine buoyancy out there in the market at the moment. For example, out here west of Ipswich, a suburb in Rosewood, normally the average days on market in Rosewood can be anywhere between 75 days. But this week here, we got a property under contract for just short of list price within 6 days with multiple offers on the property. So there are, and again, that's just one example in a small niche market, and every market has their own nuances, as I said, but there's genuine signs of life out there, which is most encouraging as an agent.
Well, I think if anybody wants to sell, I always reckon that, you need to be comfortable. The last thing I want to be doing is trudging around looking at open houses in the middle of 40-degree heat, but I think autumn and spring are pretty good times to get out there. But in the end, if you need a house and you want to buy, you go and do it.
Go for it.
Trent Quinn, as usual, very insightful. We'll talk to you next week, mate.
We are red.
Thank you.
All right, mate.
See you, brother.
Trent Quinn from I Think Property in Ipswich. So we're going to talk about Matt Renshaw in just a second. I think we're going to have some opposing viewpoints in the studio. It's the Weekenders with Dobbo and Libby Trickett on Triple M.